The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has decided to write to the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, asking him to investigate and possibly prosecute the resident Electoral Commissioner (REC) for Adamawa State, Hudu Yunusa Ari. The decision was made during a meeting of the national commissioners at the Commission's national headquarters in Abuja on Tuesday, which discussed matters arising from the Adamawa governorship election. INEC also requested the Secretary to the Government of the Federation to draw the attention of the appointing authority to the REC's unwholesome behavior for further action, and stated that the collation process will resume at a time determined by the returning officer. The decision is coming after INEC directed Ari to stay away from all activities of the electoral umpire and the election in the state on Monday, following his controversial announcement of Aisha Binani Dahiru of the All Progressives Congress APC as the alleged winner of the supplementary election on Sunday, which was declared invalid. Also, Senator Binani has requested the Federal High Court in Abuja to issue an order preventing INEC from nullifying her declaration as the winner of the Adamawa State governorship election. On April 16, INEC made an administrative decision in relation to her declaration as the winner of the governorship election, which Binani is seeking a judicial review of. Binani and her party, the APC, are seeking an order of prohibition and certiorari to prevent INEC and its agents from declaring the winner of the election until her application for judicial review has been resolved. However, Justice Inyang Eko declined to hear the case temporarily and directed Binani to file her argument on jurisdiction within 3 days. The PDP and its candidate Ahmad Fintiri are also defendants in the case. And the Federal High Court in Abuja has issued an order to prevent the PDP from expelling or suspending members who are believed to be loyal to Governor Nwese Wike of Rivers State. The court made the decision after considering 2 different lawsuits filed by the affected PDP members, stating that their concerns were valid and that expelling or suspending them will infringe on their right to freedom of association. Among the applicants was Similalai Fubara, the Rivers PDP governor-elect, and his deputy Dr. Ngozi Odu, who sued the party and its executives due to alleged plans to expel or suspend them based on their association with Governor Wike. The judge emphasized that it was within the court's power to provide a remedy to individuals who have established evidence of actions that could potentially violate their rights. Hello viewers, this is Daily Politics and I'm your host, Hamza Idris. Tonight on the program we are joined by a member-elect who will be representing Goronyo Gada Federal Constituency in the 10th Assembly. Comrade Bashir Usman Gorau is a 33-year-old unionist who defeated Honorable Musa Sarki Ada, who was seeking for 5th term in the House of Representatives. Welcome to the program, Honorable.
Thank you, Mala Hamza.
We're happy having you in the studio.
Thank you, too.
Good. Viewers will go on a quick break, and when we return, the conversation commences. Stay with us. Welcome back, Honorable Bashir Gorau. Shall I just be calling you Honorable Gorau or Honorable Bashir?
Anyone you choose, comrade or honorable.
Okay, congratulations.
I'm reminding you, comrade remain a comrade.
Comrade is always a comrade. What about the honorable? Which one do you prefer?
That one is a title.
Okay.
But comrade is an entitlement.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Our tidbits, quite a number. You can see Nigeria is so busy these days with a lot of political activities. But let's start with your take on the call by the INEC National Headquarters for the arrest of Honorable Hudu, the controversial wreck in Adamawa State. Don't you think it's too late now? Because this thing happened at the weekend, and today is Tuesday, that they are saying that IGP should arrest him.
Yes, you see, Mala Hamza, this issue of INEC, it's just a coincidence for me being here to talk about this INEC issue.
Exactly.
Because I believe I'm part and parcel of people that have been, I cannot say frustrated by INEC, but Sokoto, generally, we experience the same scenario, the same situation.
Which is actually our main topic of discussion.
The same situation that Adamawa now are experiencing.
So you people were lucky that you Sokoto.
Remember, our REC hold an election, presidential, National Assembly election, which he couldn't return even a single member.
Yeah.
He couldn't return even a single member. Not a House of Representatives, not a senator.
Yeah.
So that is a very bad image for INEC. And for INEC to reach to this level, it's embarrassing to the nation and to the institution generally. And now what happened in Adamawa, you see clearly, why will REC, despite the fact that, INEC as an institution have appointed, a returning officer for that election.
Yeah.
And it's a duty of that returning officer
of Professor Zuru.
To return whoever happened to be the winner. Not the REC. Your own is to organize the election and to make sure that election was successfully, with no hitches, with no any coincidences that they may damage the fault. That is your duty. To oversee, to observe, but to return the winner is not your duty. There is a delegate power.
So it's like he overreached his jurisdiction.
Exactly.
He went overboard.
Exactly. And now look what happened. The whole from A.A. Zuru, who happened to be a former vice chancellor of Usman Danfodio, a well-renowned university in Nigeria, who have successfully run his tenure with not any problem. Then I'm an activist. I'm a Senate president. I know how I interact with
Senate president of a university.
Senate president of National Association of Nigerian Students. I know how I used to interact with the Prof. A.A. Zuru. He's a very gentleman, and this is what it is personal result to A.A. Zuru. It's not his character. Anyone does not
half naked.
You see, and so there is an embarrassment. It's a character damage. It's a character damage. You see. So,
so are you hoping that IGP will expedite action in arresting him?
You see, this is a complete sabotage process.
Okay.
For INEC now to call IG to arrest and prosecute the REC. Where is the commissioner of police that protected that REC? His first question to answer. Where are the commandant civil defense that are protected that resident electoral commissioner?
Yes.
Where are all of them? Nigerians were very wise enough that you cannot manipulate story and tell us what you want to tell.
So you think this is just a dummy of sorts?
Exactly. Where is the commissioner? If they wanted him to be arrested and prosecuted, DSS were there, and deputy director DSS were also affected in the exercise. And then still the director, the DSS cannot to come out and say this is what they are finding, this is what they have so far, investigated about the occurrence to one of their staff and a senior staff for that matter, a deputy director. And now the IGP now wanted to say INEC are calling for IGP to go and arrest and prosecute Hudu. Where are the commissioner of police that protected Hudu?
When he was doing the
illegal declaration of Binani.
All right, now to Binani, she was in court in Abuja. In fact, we got the story, very late at night while rounding up production. But of course, we carried the report. She was asking court not to tamper with what Hudu did. But gladly, you're going to say that.
That is a drama. Because you cannot go to court in a position or in a process that is not concluded. You can only go to the court to challenge the process that were concluded, whether in your favor or not in your favor. But you cannot just rush go to the court and ask court to stop INEC doing their mandate. INEC has this mandate. It's their work to ensure who is winner and who is not.
And they are protected.
And this is very clear that the fall was not, the fall completed and then the collation is ongoing.
Yeah.
So why will you rush go to the court in the process where it was not concluded?
So what is your take on Binani as a whole?
Binani is just a plain drama, and she was monitored and coordinated by...
You are just talking passionately as a
No, I'm talking just as a Nigerian, as a comrade. You see?
So even if she were in PDP, you will say this?
Exactly. There is a lot of drama even in PDP, which I used to voice out.
Yeah.
Yes, I used to voice out. Even in PDP, there is a lot of drama. But for Binani now to rush to court, on what basis, on what ground?
And I think that was the question Justice Opa was asking, that, okay, she should go and establish why he should listen to her case.
Exactly. And even if she wants to file a case, there is a court of competent jurisdiction in Adamawa.
So why, maybe it's forum shopping in
I know, because there is a big wing in Abuja where they will be enter the back corner and the side wing door and manipulate the judgment. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know.
Thank you. Finally, on Wike's governor-elect, I'm sorry to use, but you know his successor, of course, his prepared candidate. Yeah. They have secured judgment also at the Federal High Court, barring PDP in Rivers from suspending it. But don't you think that people who do anti-party posturing should be suspended?
Well, Malamza, you see, what defines political parties? It's people that come together, shares common interest, common ideas.
All right.
But by Wike's and his core members' action, defines them out of what called political parties.
Okay.
Do you understand? You cannot identify yourself as member of a political party as long as you cannot share interests with the rest of your members, and you cannot share ideas with the rest of your members. And what happened in the just concluded 2023 election, more especially presidential election, they have distanced themselves from what called political parties, or rather People Democratic Party. So we consider they are not part of us.
Okay.
It's just coincidence that they have filed their candidate within the umbrella of People Democratic Party.
But you don't see them as your members?
We don't see them as our members. We don't see them as our members because you cannot sabotage your party and claiming to be part of the party.
So if you have your way, will you advise Rivers PDP to appeal this judgment, which shielded the governor-elect and his deputy from being sacked or suspended from PDP? You
see, any action you did, there is an equal and proportional reaction.
Okay.
So this is what is now turning around. Wike did what he wanted, and now it's turning around. And it's the same issue that is now trying to come around in Sokoto APC. They also have a similar case. Within themselves, they have a primary issues during the party primary issue, not the governorship and the candidate primary issue. They have that argument and disargument. If you have been followed through, maybe you can have the first-hand.
Yeah, I do. And of course, you have naturally transit the conversation to Sokoto, which is our main topic of discussion. Yeah. You contested against Sarki Ada, who is still serving, but rounding up since 2007, meaning he has done 4 terms and looking for 5th term. What was the magic?
Well, first of all, let me give glory to God Almighty Allah. It's actually not a magic.
Okay, it wasn't a magic. Then what was it?
Then in every happening, there is a converging factors that will make that things to occur. And for me, I believe, as a young person, everybody that knows me, right from my upbringing, I'm off and doing. So anything, if I say I'm going this direction, I'm definitely keep going until otherwise.
You don't entertain fears?
I don't. But for this case between me and Musa Sarkin Adam, is a contest that generates a lot of noise, insult, criticism around Sokoto and even outside Sokoto.
Yeah.
Because some, especially the young people from the opposition party, that is the APC in Sokoto, they do consider how can this boy contest against Musa Sarkin Adam, who is even worst of 30 billion naira. As the people
so they're talking about his
he's powerful, and then I cannot contest against him, and I have never think of that. And I have never put that at the back of my mind.
How much do you have when you went?
What did I have? Even them, they are telling it. He don't have money, but he's a comrade. He can struggle, and and of course I struggle, and this is why I found myself.
Well, you see, comrade, you were 19 years old when Sarki Ada.
I was even in secondary school.
Yes, when he won his first time in 2007, because you are now 33, right?
Exactly.
So, do you have any relationship with him before now? You coming from the same...
Yeah, of course. Before Sarki Ada, won his first election.
Yes.
That was 2007.
Yeah.
Then
you were in secondary school then?
Yeah, I was in secondary school. This seat was in Gwaranyo, holding by Zakari Muhammad Shinaka.
Okay,
by the return of the democracy in 1999,
yes.
Zakari Shinaka was first elected as a member representing Gwaranyo Garafere constituency. He served first term and he now returned for the second term. And by agreement, constituency agreement, because it's a two local government, by constituency agreement, all of us from Gwaranyo agrees that this position shall now move to Gada local government, where no party from Gwaranyo
should field
a candidate.
Yeah.
Now Gada field all the candidates, both from the Democratic People Party, that is the then DPP, and then
DPP's Bafara.
Jawa, DPP's of Bafara, and the ANPP, All Nigerian People Party, subsequently PDP, by the stepping down of Shehu Shagari, Mukhtar Shagari to Magata Kadamaku, the then PDP. So Musa Sarkin Adar cleared the seat and won the election. Now there is transfer of seat from Gwaranyo to Gada local government. So from that time, 2007 to today, this person is holding this seat.
He stayed
with no considerations that there is a constituency agreement that you hold by 8 years, we hold by 8 years.
So he held it for 40 years. And he wanted to...
For 16 years.
16 years.
And he wanted to complete 20 years.
So is it a rebellion against him this time around?
This can be considered as one of the factors.
Okay.
Another factor which I can, consider and everybody can consider, there is no constituency infactivity. And there is no this sustainable relationship, which I believe when you talk on politics, it's a sustainable relationship. It's not just because I want vote now, or go and be faking, see these people, meet these people. No, it's a sustainable and continuous relationship. There is no that connectivity between Musa Sarkin Adar and his party followership.
How do you mean?
Let me give you this.
Okay.
From Gwaranyo local government, where I hailed from. Since 2019, the normal regular party timetable calendar for local government campaign, that man was in Gwaranyo in 2019 for campaign. From that day that he followed Magata Kadra to Gwaranyo for campaign, until this 2023, there is no occasion, under whatever circumstances, that take him to Gwaranyo local government. Despite the killing we were experiencing, the all over known Gwaranyo market banditry killing that was take away almost 70 lives. I know you have heard about it. Of course,
we reported it in the paper. And even
all that crisis, all that happening.
Is this allegation or?
It's not an allegation.
Sure what you are saying?
Everybody in Gwaranyo, everybody in Gada, everybody in Sokoto knows that he doesn't consult or he didn't condole with the people of Gwaranyo.
Then how comes was he winning all this while? He won in 2007, 2011, 2015, 2019.
As I told you, I'm part and parcel of Musa Sarkin Adar.
Okay.
I know him very well. And as I told you, I used to be part of his campaign people. And he has never faced a square round campaign or rather contest than this time around. And let me give you the scenario.
So it's an accusation.
2007. The whole of Sokoto, there is turnaround in the politics of Sokoto State. What I mean by turnaround, DPP are the government in power in Sokoto State.
The
Magata Kadra come on board with a lot of followership in People Democratic Party.
Yes.
And Magata Kadra won election as the governor of Sokoto State.
Exactly.
And remember, despite despite the incumbent government
with Bafara.
Exactly. Despite the argument and all of that was Bafara. And after the governorship election, subsequently it was the president and the National Assembly election, if you could remember, in 2007. And that gave an avenue for the whole of the National Assembly members candidate to clear their seat with no any...
So it's like the bandwagon effect.
Exactly. And again, 2011, it was Maga Takarda that is holding strongly the political machineries of the state. And each and every member or senator.
So once you are with him,
you are done. And again, 2014, it is not Maga Takarda again. It is not Maga Takarda again. Generally, it was President Muhammad Buhari that amplified the whole political movement across the northern Nigeria. If you are not in APC from northern Nigeria, then you are nowhere to find. And again, 2019, it is still
Buhari's
not to Maga Takarda, but to the Buhari general factors. So now, squarely, this is the only time that Musa Sarkin had first.
So are you now saying all that while he was a paperweight, he was only maybe riding on the back of something? But this is the first time he first election.
He have never go round to campaign than this time around. He have never. You cannot see Sarkin either in the electoral vote or in a polling unit or for campaign or for whatever engagement. No. But this is the time around that he have to step out and campaign for himself to the extent that he's campaigning and he's declined himself.
Is it that Maga Takarda Wamako disowned him this time around, or what happened? He didn't enjoy the goodwill of...
I don't know for his relationship with Maga Takarda Wamako, but all I know is his relationship with the constituency. It's his relationship with the constituency. He didn't do it well. He didn't, in fact, no constituency project, no road, no hospital.
These are allegations.
It's not allegations.
We'll look for him.
You can bring him, of course.
But you are sure of what you are saying.
Yeah,
now,
of course.
What did you tell the people? I know that, of course, you served as special advisor to Governor Tambuwal, right?
Yes.
Then you also serve as the commissioner for youth and
sports development.
At what level did you get into mainstream politics? As a young person, you are still 33, and looking at your CV, rich.
Yeah, well, I can accord this to my own personal determination. As I stated earlier, I said if I'm going this, I'm going this. And so always I'm focused to achieve what I want to achieve. I was there as a unionist, as a Senate President.
You attended Sokoto, right?
Yeah, of
Usman
course.
Danfodio.
No, State University.
State University,
As a unionist, I was a former Senate President, National Association of Nigerian Students, and the former Vice President. I was serving Vice President, National Association of Nigerian Students, where Governor Aminu Waziri Tambol saw something around us and appointed us, the two of us, me and my colleague, as a special advisor in his government. That was 2018. And subsequently, after the election, he again reappointed us a special advisor alongside 3 other young people, making us to the number of 5. And
5? All of you below 40?
Below 30, massive.
Below 30 that time?
Yes, as that
20
time. 20-something, of course.
So you were around 27, 28 when you
I was first appointed 29, and secondly appointed 31. Yes, and secondly appointed 31. And when I was appointed also as a commissioner, I was just 31. Within the same year, I was appointed as special advisor and subsequently commissioner and a member of the State Executive Council. So I believe hard working can reward one to any.
Is it that you inherited this from your dad or from anybody in your family? Your father, politician?
My father is a politician.
He's still alive?
Yes, he's still alive. All my friends are still alive. And I believe with the power of their dua is what is taking us to where we are.
Okay, now, of course, Sokoto suffered a lot. Now, during this election, there was a kind of stalemate. Can you shed light on what really happened?
Well, you only want to take me back to INEC, which I usually want to dodge. Because I don't want to talk too much on INEC.
But you should be fair to them while giving your own side of the story. I'll be fair to them and I'll be fair to everybody. Yes.
But what I want to say here is, Mala Hamza, look, INEC in Sokoto, are the one that damaged the whole electoral processes of Sokoto State.
How?
What I mean by electoral processes,
election, right?
Ranging from the presidential election up to the governorship election. When you make a damage from the first step, that damage will follow to the last step. There was a recruitment of ad hoc staff that was done illegally. people that...
the ad hoc staff in Sokoto.
Exactly. People that train properly for INEC, people that file their data to INEC, for INEC to consider them and did their training. But eventually, are not the people that were in flow for the ad hoc staff work. You meet someone at the polling unit holding a beavers and cannot operate that beavers. To your surprise, I met one polling unit. The person holding beavers doesn't know how to operate that beavers. And the PO,
he did not undergo the training.
He didn't undergo the training. The people that undergo the training was overthrown and replaced by people that were given by politicians. I don't know, could be by both parties, APC and PDP, but whatever the case, but whatever the case, it's wrong. Because that is what undermines the whole process. Because how can you imagine a presiding officer in a polling unit cannot assist his APO1 in tackling or handling the issues of beavers? And the APO1 definitely doesn't know how to operate the beavers. Wow. Who is going to operate the beavers? Who is going to accredit the voters?
So it's garbage in, garbage out.
Garbage in, garbage out. You cannot precisely say this is the fault of this Mr. A or Mr. B.
But we also gathered that your governor, to some extent, influenced the posting of the resident electoral commission. How true is this?
How comes will a governor, a PDP governor for that matter, influence the posting of a resident electoral commissioner who is a cousin to a sitting serving APC governor of Kano State?
I don't understand. Shed more light on this.
Direct that
revelation.
Exactly, direct that left Sokoto. Yes. Is a cousin to APC governor, the Kano governor, the Ganduje. Of course.
A cousin to him?
Look at him. The same symbol, the same mark of Ganduje, the same mark of the then rep.
But they may just be from.
No. They have a relationship, and he was posted to Sokoto.
Is this an allegation, or you are sure of what you are saying?
I'm sure of what I'm saying.
So you think that? Yes, you think that it was deliberate that they posted him there to cause confusion or something like that? So
I can say, but I don't know.
But now. At the end of the day, what prompted the declaration of your election? That of the 3 senators and the remaining, I think, 9, because there are 10 rep seats, right? They declare almost all 11. Of them
there is 11
inconclusive.
Yeah. Do you know one funny thing? There is one constituency, Yao Shagari.
Yao Shagari, okay.
Maybe you might have heard about the declaration earlier of Yabo Shagari constituency, which even the BBC break the news and the NTA also break the news. But unfortunately, the resident electoral commissioner collided with the returning officer, because the returning officer is the APC, is a professor, is a son of Wazir in Sokoto, is a professor from Dampodi University. And that person, after his declaration, he declared peacefully that so person hasn't satisfied whatever, blah, blah, is hereby returned the winner and returned elected. And unfortunately for him, without looking his career, without looking his professorship, he now went ahead under pressure or whatever, I don't know, for his party, write a letter to the INEC that he was made declaration under duress. Which was not.
It wasn't under duress.
It wasn't under duress. If you see the video clip, who is putting me under duress to declare? When you are making it, now that we are interacting with you,
exactly.
Then when I come out from this place, I said direct from Sokoto is a cousin to Ganduje. Then I now come out from outside this station,
studio,
and somebody tell me, say, you make an allegation, you are under arrest. I say, I'm under duress. Is that possible?
Maybe I intimidated you.
No. You cannot intimidate me because we are making conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah, we are making conversation.
And that was what happened.
Everything you said is out of your mind, and everything I said is out of my mind. Even if it was allegation, I have right to defend my allegation.
Exactly.
Yes. So he did that blunders. And the INEC accepted it and hold the declaration under review. And subsequently, committee after committee, review after review, then INEC knows that it was not right. When the declaration was done, then the next thing is only court that can unbundle that declaration. Then INEC have to stand on that declaration and suspend the supplementary election in that constituency. That was happened.
Hi.
So there is series of something that you don't even want to narrate. Now for my own case,
yes,
returning officer, INEC, you are the one that appointed this returning officer, and it's a professor too. The woman make declaration, and she stand on the provision of the law that disruption in a process should credit as zero and conclude the process. And the woman stand firm that what law say must be respected.
Yeah.
And she asked the collation officer from Goranyo local government, who came in with over 40 falling unit cancellation, and she asked him to go back and do
the right thing.
And do the right things, ensure that he filter all the cancellation that happened under disruption, which he did, and subsequently we end up with a 9 falling unit from Goranyo.
Yeah.
And then apart from 9 falling unit from other local government gada, we end up having 6 falling unit, making it 15 falling unit. And that returning officer make a pronouncement that the election was held this and that, this is the margin lead, and this is the cancellation where the election is going to be held. By position of the law, that statement of the returning officer, only court can change it and say the 15 falling unit from Goranyo local government is now moved to 46 or 74 as the case may be.
You scored 29,679 votes, right?
Yes,
to
sure.
defeat Ada.
Yeah.
Now, did he accept it immediately after it was
Yeah, of course, he accepted the defeat. And I saw his appreciation message to his fellow worship, thanking them for what they did, and then assuring them they didn't lose, and then that's how it was. Today you may be the one, and tomorrow is somebody. So that is a clear statement that he accepted the defeat.
What happened in Sokoto in relation to REG? Because it's really important to us. We hosted Honorable Jamo, who wanted to be vice chairman for Northwest. He's from Kano. You know, he said they had some issues, especially with your governor, vis-a-vis Konkoso, you understand. And that was how he lost it, and Konkoso left PDP for NNPP. Do you think it's actually payback time what happened in Sokoto if you look at some of these things, the influence of APC?
Well, Malam Hamza, what happened between Sokoto and Kano people, or rather my principal, the governor of Sokoto State, and Rabi Musa Konkoso, I don't want to comment on it, but it's
very important.
It's thing that is very clear. It's thing that is very clear.
Yes.
You see, I know Tambol personally, but I don't know Konkoso.
Okay.
And I know what he can do, and I know what he cannot do. And I know his mentality, and I know his level of interference. And I know his softer mind, and I know his hard mind. Tambol.
Is it because you've been with him for a very long time?
Because he's done that bringing me up to this.
You are his protege.
Exactly. So what I mean by this, personally, I used to discuss issues of Konkoso with him. And he personally used to discuss issues of Konkoso with me. He personally pleaded with Konkoso that it's okay, issues of Northwest vice chairman, he can go with it, but he only want him to go and replace a very good person that these former governors can rally around and accept that person.
Okay.
And he even nominated, say, how about honorable this person? How about this honorable this person? All people that he know around Konkoso that are capable, and these former governors can rally around them with no any bias. And Konkoso insisted
on
Jamo is the one, and if not the one, he don't want it. And again, this person traveled to Kano and pleaded to him that the unity of this party is paramount important.
You mean Tambol?
Tambol.
He went to Kano.
He went to Kano
to plead with Konkoso.
Twice. He went to his Abuja resident here, and he went to Kano, his Kano resident twice, and pleaded to him that the unity of the party is paramount. But people thinking Tambol push away Konkoso because of a presidential ambition.
Yeah, because that's the question I wanted to ask. That
but certainly no.
Someone else who will
certainly no.
To become
certainly no.
Because
Tambol is a man of faith.
Konkoso will be more powerful if he is the one who produces.
Tambol is a man of faith. I know him very well. Tambol is a man of faith. If he have that fear, he would rather leave the party and leave Konkoso in that party, or find another platform to accommodate himself. But he doesn't have that fear. He's a rugged fighter. He can be with Konkoso, and even 1,000 of Konkoso in a party. What he believes, if he want to go to the left, he will definitely go to the left. And if God destined him to be to the right, and that is the way he's going to belong. So I know him very well. It's not a battle of positioning or power positioning, no. But the Konkoso followers accept it to be that way. It's a battle of position and of our position.
Now, can we say it is lost on both sides? Because Konkoso could not make it to the presidency, Tambol could not make it to the presidency.
Tambol, as you said, let me just correct you. You cannot say Tambol could not make it to the presidency. Tambol sacrificed. Okay, but Konkoso contested and show his incapacity, incapacity to deliver or to canvass vote as he is proclaiming.
Very interesting. I will hold your breath here. We will go on a short break, and when we return, the conversation will continue. Viewers, please don't go far. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back. If you are just joining, you are watching Daily Politics on Trust TV. Do well to follow us across all our social platforms of Facebook, Instagram, and watch us live on YouTube. We still have Honorable Comrade, right? Bashir Usman Goro, member-elect for Goronyo Gada Federal Constituency from Sokoto State. Now, it appears that PDP has actually suffered in Sokoto, going by the results. For Senate, I think you only got one, Tambol, right?
Yeah,
2 seats went for APC. You are among the lucky ones to have won your seat. Many of the seats, out of 11, I think around 7 or 8 or 9, went to APC. Is it that Tambol did not perform as governor that led to this defeat of PDP in Sokoto, or there are other factors?
Yes, of course there is factor. It's not a governance factor, but I think it's individualistic factor.
Okay.
What I mean by this, each and every region in Sokoto, they have their own peculiarity. What I mean by peculiarity, if they need this, they need that. If they didn't need that particular thing that you are coming with it,
they will not go for it.
They will not go for it.
You cannot bend them.
And again, in terms of governance, a common assessment that you can make for Tambol administration, if you cannot credit it to A, you cannot give B to it. What I mean by this, when you go in terms of educational transformation,
yes,
Tambol did a lot. In healthcare sector, currently is only in Sokoto, in the whole of the Northwest, or rather I can say in the whole of the North, that is coming off was teaching hospital that have over 2,000 bed capacity.
Has he finished it? Because the poverty index showed that Sokoto is the poorest. I mean, it has
that was caused by the insecurity. The greater percentage of our population, Sokoto, if you take away like 80% of our population, we are purely farmers.
Yeah.
And now the insecurity is turning all of us jobless. More especially now when you talk about Isa, Sabon Birni, Goranyo, Gada, Ilela, where I hail from. That is the eastern part of the state,
yes,
which is the stronghold of the state entirely. That is the deciding region of the state.
Yeah.
All the local governments there were ravaged by the insecurity. The banditry, if people want to go to the farm, they have to bargain with the bandit that we are going to give you 1 million, we are going to give you 2 million for them to cultivate their farmland. That seriously affect, the statistic of our poverty index.
But there was this member, I forgot his name, who alleged that Tambol did not even bother to visit some of these locations, including yours.
That is a political sabotagation.
What do you mean?
What I mean by political sabotagation is that member was from Sabon Birni. And that very member knows that Tambol regularly used to visit Sabon Birni, no matter how harsh, no matter how tense.
It's mischief when he said the governor was not with the people.
It's mischief. And I know if you are following TBC, if you are following channel, you might have been seeing news that Tambol visited, so people condole with them over the banditry attack. Even on the newspapers, you might have come across of so many news that way. But have you ever heard Magataka Dawamoko visiting unaffected local government.
Are you saying he did not?
He is not doing that.
But why did he give your candidate, I mean, why did he give your party tough time this time around? If
that is why I said peculiarity of a state. You know, people are in very critical condition. When you cannot farm your farmland and cultivate what you can eat, even if somebody bring a common green from the grass, give to you, you will eat it. Sokoto politics was manipulated by pot buying. So unfortunately, it's what I'm sympathizing to our people.
Yeah.
When you know this person has not anything to offer to you and to your constituent, or to the state generally, and you result of collecting 5,000 or 10,000 or there so, and voted for that person, then what will be your result? Your result in the next 4 years. Who are you going to blame? When you know you have collected 5,000 in a fall and voted person that gives you that 5,000, even though you know very well he doesn't have anything to offer to you and to the state. So it's just something very unfortunate. I can categorize it that way. But anyway, politics goes that way. You can lose
and you can win. But why I'm surprised is that you are the government in power. You have all the resources that you can match whatever Wamako or any other person, you know.
That is the clear differences. Tambol cannot do that. That is the clear differences. There is no way where he can, you know, manipulate the state treasury and go into fall. Any who you are,
he didn't use resources
any who you are, you cannot
support. Did he give you money to contest?
No. I have never experienced that. Because do you know one thing? You cannot come and tell Tambol, say, use treasury, state treasury for election purposes. He will tell you so, or tomorrow or next tomorrow, when I'm not here, in the hereafter, will you the one to answer my question, or I'm the one to answer my question?
Are you sure what you are saying?
Very, very sure.
So how did you fund your campaign?
Because me, as an activist,
how did you funded your campaign?
Me, I funded my campaign under my own farming activities and what have you, the business I'm using. Everybody knows that I'm a farmer.
Not money from Ministry of Youth and Sport.
Ask everybody. I stepped down. How many for more than now 12 years to 14 months? I'm not in power. I'm not in office, and I don't even have a salary.
Because you wanted to be member, maybe you use your influence.
I have never done that. Everybody in Sokoto will tell you, if I get kobo, I'll give kobo to the people. If I get 1 million, I give 1 million to the people. What I believe, God promised, even if I'm sleeping on the bed, He will feed me and He will dress me.
So you didn't filter money from your ministry to do your campaign?
I have never.
Now, youths actually suffer the most in Sokoto, and women. And you served as commissioner for youth and sport. What did you do during your time to actually help the youths, maybe to go to school? You know,
school is not our activities. There is a ministry that was that.
But as youth commissioner,
youth empowerment, of course, we have come out with quite numbers of programs that are targeted to empower the Sokoto youth. That is, I can remember vividly the 2 programs that we have flag off. That is, I only spent 1 year, 2 months as a commissioner.
But it's a long time to do something.
I only have 1 budget. What I want to tell you, to be precise, I only have 1 budget, which I worked clearly and implemented like 2
and you got releases
programs
for the budget.
Exactly. And I did like 2 programs. That is Sokoto Youth Economic Empowerment Program, which is targeted to empower like 5,600 and there around numbers of youth across the 23 local government, which the training was carried out simultaneously in the 23 local government. And again, there was a program empowering the KK riders and then motorcycle and all of that, because you are targeting people from their aspect of businesses. So that, you know, if I give you this in your own business, you are going to utilize it for this and you are going to utilize it for that. So we have done quite a number of
Is that what made you popular among the youth?
I think maybe popularity is accepting me or being simple. I didn't take anything.
Who were the largest category of people, I mean demographic, that voted for you? Is it the youths or the old, or you
I believe the demography there is in three categories. The elderly people, of course, accepted me wholeheartedly, and the young people are rallying
around. As young as you are, they accepted you?
Yeah, they accepted me. They know, they had been seen is that this is a very good person, and I had presented myself as a son.
To everyone.
And the young people, of course, rally around me, and the women, of course, rally around me. What I can tell you, in the whole of my election for both of the 2 local government, you can go around, ask everybody from Gada or from Goranyo, if I give anybody a cover or a penny to vote for me.
What are you saying?
You can go for a journalism investigation.
You say you mean you didn't induce them?
I didn't. I present myself.
But maybe you give them rice.
Who am I?
You gave them rice?
No.
A wrapper?
Maybe perhaps I got some contribution of raffles from business colleagues. This one will give you that. This one will give you that.
That was what you shared.
Maybe that's.
But not money. Is it because of the cash?
You have a right to go for investigative journalism.
Definitely will go, Honorable. Even though
you can go for
I take it from you.
During the Goro election, how much were you giving to give?
But what about your strong contender?
Of course, his main priority is money, and people are targeting money from him. Of course, he has the money. There is no way holding a petroleum and upstream, whatever.
Did you encourage them to collect but vote for their concerns? Of
course, publicly I used to say it. Collect your money. Now your share, collect it. Come give me my own share.
Okay, there is this problem, Honorable. Young people aspiring for political offices, many are not prepared. How are you prepared to go to the House of Representatives? And what are you taking there? You know,
you are coming with a very good question. Because as a young person, I had been in power or around the government for a good 6 years. And quite I saw the advantages and I saw the challenges.
Of being around power.
Of being around the power. And again, apart from that one, I can say the greater things there around is when you cannot hold to yourself. What I mean
self-control.
Self-control. And if you cannot determine who you are, definitely the position will determine you.
Okay.
Yeah. What I mean by position will determine you. You will go contrary to what people are expecting from you. Now, people rallying around me voted for me to this position, which is out of expectation of everybody in Sokoto.
Including yourself, maybe?
No, I have that instinct that I'm going to win.
Wow.
Because I know the person that I'm contesting against.
Okay.
So, if you cannot stand and have your own creativity, and again, after having your own creativity, your own power of implementation and drawing down the ideas. If you, as a young person, you don't have that ability, believe me and you are going to fail in a position of leadership. Or rather, you are going to be manipulated by the power, intoxication, what have you. But alhamdulillah, for me, even if I'm passing through the way, maybe within my constituency, if I saw something that this supposed to be that, I'll simply put it in my own.
You put it in writing, so as not to forget it.
Yes. Everything that is important to my people, every promise that I made to my people is in my record.
Wow. You keep record?
Yeah, I keep record. And I have strategized what I'm going to come with it, where I'm possibly going to come with a bill to possibly facilitate something to the constituents. I have drawn it down. Where I'm going to join hands together with this or that, to make sure that I achieve that to my constituency, I have also itemized that. So you just have to be focused, completely focused. Otherwise, your fellow youth will throw you.
So what bill? Do you have any bill in mind, or it is when you get there that you will now?
I have like 3 numbers. Like
three numbers for
exactly,
a start?
Exactly, for a start. And that all the 3 numbers of bill are centered around the problem of my constituency. Okay. More especially this Gada that I'm talking about, where my contender hailed from. Gada local government. The biggest problem we have in Gada local government are the road network.
They don't have road?
They don't have road. And funny enough, the eastern part of that local government, with or without, you can assemble not less than 20 billion out from the hand of the farmers.
Wow.
So these people, they need nothing from you than to come and see how you can establish.
Provide road to make things easier. We'll bring you back to discuss some of these issues.
In the whole of Nigeria, you know, that local government are almost second or third larger of onion supply in the whole of Africa.
Yeah, onions. You have a lot to say, but we'll make sure we'll bring you back by the time they inaugurate you, maybe after some months.
I will be glad to.
So thank you for coming to the program.
Thank you very much, Mala Hamza.
All right.
I appreciate it.
Yes, and that's a wrap on today's edition. We hope you enjoy it and hope that you join us for another interesting package. For now, bye-bye. Thank you for watching. I'm Hamza Idris.